So, we're here. It's another week. Are we going to talk some Destiny? I suppose we have to.
We're going to do our best.
Advertise as a Destiny show.
Nobody else is, so we might as well.
I mean, it is true. We've actually cornered the market in Destiny shows, so I love it.
He's dug his heels in that hard.
Yes, we've done it.
Yeah, my Destiny YouTube group is quickly becoming us, and that's about it. Us and
you don't need anything. You don't need
cheese
anything else.
Every now and again.
No, you don't need anything else.
You don't need anything else. You ask the people of YouTube on your own channel, on the Two Titans channel. You ask them what they need, right? And all you need is me.
Yeah, 100%.
But unfortunately, apparently, me now has to be a hunter.
Well, technically, yeah, just for branding, branding,
just for branding purposes.
No. I was dragged into it the other day. One had Luminous dragged or something like that. It has picked me as what was it he called me? I can't remember now.
Our Lord and Savior Noble?
No. Well, no, it wasn't that great. What was it? I took
a screenshot.
I did.
You put it in the chat. Of it. You were so excited about it.
I didn't. I was so annoyed by it. I was like,
I thought you were excited.
Chosen champion hunter.
There
you go. I don't want to be a
perfect.
Don't make me.
But do you want to be a chosen champion?
I mean, I'll be the chosen champion.
I hear they go together.
Yeah, I'll be the chosen champion. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't just want to be a hunter.
Well, it's too late for that now because we're going to roll the titles.
Fine.
Welcome to the Two Titans and a Hunter Destiny 2 podcast, a show dedicated to bringing you the latest intel, the mightiest news, and the boldest opinions from the farthest reaches of the Sol system. Whether you're a bright-eyed new guardian, fresh from the Cosmodrome, or a battle-hardened veteran of the Red War, this is your Destiny destination. We'll arm you with tips, tricks, and tower-worthy tools to help you triumph, thrive, and revel in the glory of the fight. So without further ado, let's get on with the show.
So welcome to One Hunter and Two Titans. Oh, sorry, it's the other way around.
Doing our best to be the last remaining Destiny podcast. Yeah, WWE style, Royal Rumble style. We have simply just outlasted everyone else.
We hung onto the ropes. We laid underneath the ring for many years.
If you're simply determined enough, you too can be successful. Remember, kids, you just have to show up each and every week. You don't even have to be good every week. You just have to show up and just keep doing it.
Nobody said anything about being good. They just said hit the record button, put out a show every week. Doesn't have to be on a specific day as long as it's just weekly. Yeah. And talk about a specific subject, you can be that specific subject go-to media platform.
Yeah, so exactly. Just continue to be there, despite what anyone may anticipate, may desire. We're just still here talking about Destiny every week until the servers turn off, until Destiny 3 happens. Until Demon finally gets tired of all this and says, We're just gonna start yelling at clouds instead, and just turn the whole show.
That's our other show. That's the other one we're going to start at some point.
Oh, right.
But again, that takes some energy to kind of start up, and we're already doing this one.
I'm looking forward to the Deacon cut of that, because you said it was going to be uncut. So I just want to hear you with Deacon as a guest, with the opening line being, "What, another one?"
But would it be okay if it's not Destiny, or is it that it's a podcast entirely? That's the question. Is Destiny the problem here?
Destiny's always the problem. It's always been the problem. I mean, she says I have an obsessive nature, I guess. So I obsess over one thing, and then that's it. And unfortunately, I settled on this one game because it is addictive. Because you can play it every single day, and every single day it's going to be different. Because, I mean, even this week, I had nobody online, and it was a fire team week in Destiny, and I was like, Did Bungie kind of
Your mileage
miss the
may
memo
vary.
on this one? It's like there's no one to fire team up with. Even though somebody did send me a message and say, let's fire team up today, and then disappeared. Not throwing any names out there, but they sent a message in a general chat about let's do a dungeon, and then somebody said, I might be around because I'm around every single day playing Destiny, and that never happened. So.
Well, you said might be, you see. I think that was the problem. You said might be, and then
when I say I might be around, I'm teasing you because there's not a day that I'm not actually around playing.
Yeah, but then somebody's
That's
car
code word for definitely.
didn't have an accident, but did end up with a massive tear in its leather. So somebody wasn't very happy. So somebody had to take their car to the dealership to shout at the dealership.
Fair enough.
I wasn't happy.
But that takes like 5 minutes. You could have come back and play some dungeoning with me. Yeah,
Took
exactly.
longer than 5 minutes to take the pictures of the car. I was very annoyed.
None of that takes 5 minutes. That's your entire day shot. This is your new home.
Yeah.
You're gonna live here now. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back to the car damaging and repair podcast.
Maybe that's what we should do next.
Send us your stories about things that have happened to your car.
We really could have Deacon on it then.
No.
That's what I would sit here and just be like, those are all words you're saying about cars.
Well, before we kind of start talking about this week in Destiny and the updates and everything that we've done this week, I'm going to drop in what is coming next week in Destiny because it kind of links in with the TWAB for this week. So here's that at the beginning of the show to really kind of just mess with you.
Excellent.
This is your weekly rundown for Destiny 2 Renegades, week 12 starting on February 17th. This week we'll see the introduction of the Praxic Time Trial Challenge, where Guardians will have 20 minutes to complete a full, normal difficulty run of the Equilibrium dungeon with the Praxic blade equipped, and all Guardians who succeed will earn the Ep.368 Compel emblem. This challenge will run from the reset on Tuesday, February 17th and will end on Tuesday, March 3rd at 9:59am PT. Over in the Portal Crucible Ops this week will be competitive, control, and another Crucible playlist mode, with Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Other non-featured modes of 3v3 Countdown and 6v6 Checkmate Control can be found over on the Crucible Director. In the solo ops we have Skywatch, the Salt Mines, the Conflux, Creation, K1 Logistics, and Caldera, with the new solo ops Typhoon Imperator. In the fighting ops we have one of the rotating reclaim missions, with this week being Fallen Bunker, Heist Battlegrounds Moon, and Defiant Battlegrounds EDZ, with the Sunless Cell Strike. Strikes added in week 2 of Renegades with the Birthplace of the Vile, Exodus Crash, Warden of Nothing, and the Arms Dealer. Also still in the fighting ops are the Battlegrounds Behemoth, Core, Oracle, Foothold, Delve and Conduit, Expedition Nessus, the Strikes of Liminality, Hypernet Current, Insight Terminus, Fallen Saber, the Devil's Lair, Proving Grounds, the Inverted Spire, and the Glassway, Empire Hunts the Warrior, Technocrat and Dark Priestess, and Savathun Spire Offensive. In the arena ops are Season of Plunders, Catch Crash, Season of Loss, Astral Alignment, and Season of the Haunted's Nightmare Containment. In the Pinnacle ops we have the 3 dungeon layers, Pit of Heresy Beneath the Necropolis, Duality Nightmare of Goron, and Warlord's Ruin Locus of the Wailing Grief, with Onslaught Widow's Call, Episode Revenant's Contest of Elders, and the Coil. New to the Pinnacle ops we have the exotic mission Vox Obscura, with the Dead Messenger exotic Waveframe Grenade Launcher as the main reward, and Episode Heresy's Dear Allies mission, for the Baradide exotic submachine gun. Returning exotic missions include Heliostat, with Wolfsbane exotic axe as the main reward, Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward, Node Override Avalon, with the Excalibur exotic glaive being the main reward, Starcrossed, with the Witchkeeper exotic bow being the main reward, the Whisper, with the Whisper of the Worm exotic sniper being the main reward, Kel's Fall, with the Slayer's Fang exotic shotgun being the main reward, and Encore, with the Choir of One auto rifle being the main reward. Also in the portal is the new Vanguard Alerts tab, found in the Seasonal Hub, which consists of weekly challenges in Vanguard, Arena, Crucible, and Grandmaster Alerts. Over on the Lord's Frontier, the contested territory will start this week's rotation with Europa, and the Fire and Ice exotic mission will be Void Threat. On Kepler, featured mission 1 this week will be Commencement, and featured mission 2 will be Charge. For our Legacy rotation, the Dreaming City this week is at a medium curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Divilium Mist, and has the Oracle Engine mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Hive enemies and the Plague Kragar. The Ascendant challenge will be the Chimera Garrison over in the Chamber of Starlight Lost sector. On the moon, the weekly story mission is a mysterious disturbance. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, the Nightmare of Hawkis, are both located in the Anchor of Light. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Fanatic, Insanity, and Omnigal Anguish. The Altars of Sorrow start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Zydron and the Heretic Rocket Launcher. On Europa this week, Phylax the Warrior will be the Empire Hunt, Asterian's Abyss will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Agility. Dares of Eternity expert difficulty rounds are Taken, Cabal, and Zydron. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Pathfinder armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 4. Fractithis, Chrysia Amilo, Volpicula, Wolftone Draw, Iotona Draconis, Canis Major, Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Steel Syllabus C14, and Spoiler Alert. The Witch Queen Weekly Story Mission is The Last Chance, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Insight. The Wellspring activity will start the week on attack, with the Arc Auto Rifle come to pass and Goldmag Hive Ogre as the boss. The Lightful Weekly mission is First Contact, the Partition mission will be Ordnance, and the Vex incursion will be Umshire Park. In the Pale Heart is the Exotic Class Item mission Dual Destiny, and the 12 Guardian Match-Made Excision mission, with a Grandmaster version guaranteeing you the Ergosum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Lost Sector rotation for this week will start with Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome, Bay of Drowned Wishes on the Dreaming City, Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ, Bunker E15 on Europa, K1 Crew Quarters on the Moon, Hydroponics Deltron Neptune, the Conflux on Nessus, Sepultura on the Throne World, and the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart. All legacy raids and challenges are now available all the time, and at present there are also no featured raids or dungeons each week, but you can farm past raids and dungeons for their respective exotic weapons, with no weekly lockouts. Over on Kepler we have the Desert Perpetual Raid, and Desert Perpetual Epic Raid, with both versions dropping tier +3 loot, with the chance for the exotic rocket launcher Whirling Ovation to drop. Over on Venus, the new dungeon Equilibrium has the chance for the exotic combat bow Heirloom and the Dark Matter Crystal for the Praxic Blade to drop. The exotic mission rotator will be Starcross, over in the Legends tab, with the Wishkeeper exotic bow being the main reward, and the Seize of the Wish weapon set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and Zero Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. And that's it for the 12th week of Renegades.
And now people know what's coming.
Yeah.
Does Bungie know what's coming? Not really sure, but the people know.
Well, you know, in This Week in Destiny for the 12th of February, they do say, we've got something new for you, and it's not going to last 1 week like the last thing. This one's going to be a couple of weeks, so strap in. You've got some time to do this, and you don't have to do it solo. But it is the old kind of bane of ours, Peroty. There's a time constraint to it, so...
Yeah, I read this and I'm going, is that... My immediate thought was, is that possible? And obviously, of course, it must be possible because, you know, people I'm sure have done it.
Yeah.
But can you get through that whole dungeon in 20 minutes? 20 minutes or less? With all your fire team members wielding their Praxic Blade? I mean, I guess so.
Well, I mean, I know it was the first time that Noble and I did it. And, you know, when we first did it, we were trying to figure things out. I'm not saying that it took Noble and who was it that we had with us? Feral. 20 minutes just to jump across one platform from one ship to another.
Whoa.
So we could spend the whole 20 minutes doing that. But, you know.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah, but to be fair, if I was going to do it again this time with a 20-minute constraint, I wouldn't be using the same thing as what I was using then either.
No.
Yeah, I read that, and honestly, my first reaction was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could fail the jumping puzzle for 20 minutes, or spend 20 minutes looking for the last something, and that's assuming the game works appropriately. I mean, even just a couple weeks ago when I was on with Blue and Conan, we were just like trying to do it like the 3 challenge first encounter, and it's like, okay, this guy just isn't going to ever leave his shield. He's going to run around, but just never leave the shield, so you can't actually do anything with him. So yeah, we're just going to break for you. So I'd be curious to see how many people can successfully get through the dungeon in 20 minutes, and how many times did the dungeon thwart them in one way or another, and just go, you had a good run going, and then the game just says, no. What if we just didn't? How about we don't? Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good for you?
I'd be happy to give that a go. I could do a lot.
Well, you've already been volunteered to give it a go, according to Donnie this week, because he contacted me and said, oh, by the way, we can do that next week. And I went, you can do that next week. I'm on half term with the kids, so good luck with that. I'll be doing it the week after. And he volunteered you as our third. So,
see, I did tell you, didn't I, that I'd got my big fishing rod out, and I'd been casting, and I'd been teasing the Donny, I'd been baiting the water and whatnot, and yeah, I can't.
And if you are also confused at what we're talking about, this is the new Praxic Time Trial Challenge that starts next week. So they gave us a chance to show off our skills with bows, glaives, and swords in the Dark Age hunt a few weeks ago, but now you need your Praxic blade, because if you can get through the Equilibrium dungeon in 20 minutes and just wielding your Praxic blade, you can have other weapons, obviously, but you have to have that equipped throughout without changing. Well, they say that, but you never know if it's one of those things where you get to the end and you can put it on and you can kind of cheese it kind of thing. But they say you have to wield it throughout. All team members have to wield it without. So this starts on Tuesday, February 17th and ends on Tuesday, March 3rd, just before the reset. You can do it on normal difficulty. You don't have to have any banes or feats or anything like that attached to it. But there is a time limit of 20 minutes. It is recommended that you have 3 players in your fire team. Although, esoteric, you can do it solo, they say. So there you go. You can go and do that. Or you can do it in duos. All fire team members must have the Praxic blade equipped. Other weapons can be used whilst the Praxic blade is equipped. What is allowed is pulling allies to the start of an encounter, so somebody can go off and pull you. That's fine. Following the following movement techniques are allowed, using swords with movement perks like Eager Edge, any form of ability skating, rocket jumping with micro-missile frame grenade launchers. But what is not allowed is unequipping the Praxic blade from its weapon slot, skipping ahead or passing any dungeon encounter without completing it. And all 3 fire team members must be in the same arena when an encounter is completed. So you can't kind of skip ahead. So there you go. And if you do that,
go out of bounds or anything else.
Yeah. If you do that, you get a cool emblem, and it's called It Binds Compels. I just love the fact that they like to mix up words and put them together and go, there you go, that's a shader, that's an emblem, that's a weapon. And you're like, It Binds Compels.
It almost feels like Bungie at this point has like a slot machine where they're like, okay, first word is, second word is, third word, and they just have, edge, salvation, compel, bind, witness. We're just going to mash these 3 words together, and that's the new thing. Enjoy.
Yeah, to be fair, with how difficult reading is when you come onto a podcast, you could make it up anyway, and nobody would know any different, because the words are all just, like you say, jumbled up and make-believe words. Well, not the real words, but, in a make-believe order. So when you get them wrong, because reading on a podcast is hard, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. No, of course it doesn't.
No. There are 3 words there. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And then you can have the pretty emblem if you do the dungeon in 20 minutes, which, yeah, I'm sure is possible. But yeah, I honestly read that and I was like, can you do that? And I was thinking back to going, okay, well, it's not, again, like if you can get, I'm thinking of the point where like, yeah, you do the jumping and trigger the switches. I know you can do that very quickly. You can jump up and remember exactly where you're meant to go. Or you can go, I think it's over here. No, I think maybe it's over there. No, maybe it's over that way. So yeah, if you know where you're going and know what you're doing, if you're noble in the Shattered Throne, that's an easy sub 20 minutes. So just find your noble of the Shattered Throne for Equilibrium, and you'll be all set.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but with the way that Destiny has kind of been and going recently, with like this week with the fire team buff that they've put in portal activities, it sounds like they've kind of missed the mark or I know they probably had these things kind of planned at some point, but I don't think they realised how bad that people dropping off the game was going to be for a game that is kind of fire team based. I mean, it's hard because a lot of people talked about when Edge of Fate first came out that there was a lot of solo activities. A lot of people kind of did the mining in the caves to kind of grind their power out and get to 550 and things like that. And I don't understand why Bungie suddenly came from with now putting in a fire team buff. It should have been kind of way back when, it should have been something that was kind of built into the game that, they were doing those heavy would drop more often and you do more damage with heavy, and the same with special weapons. Recently, or like Suros weapons or Hake weapons. We've had a couple of those kind of boosts throughout, but last week I think they kind of missed the community feeling around fire teams. I know everybody wants to kind of fire team up, but if everybody's off playing like Arc Raiders or something else, then it's kind of hard to convince your friends to kind of come back and do that. So I haven't had any fireteam buffs this week, and I'm not sure that, apart from a few kind of, I mean, Bungie hope maybe will probably let us know about how many people actually participated in this time trial thing, and how many people completed it. But it would be interesting to see who does it, because I feel like it's going to be one of those things like Astacross and a couple of other people kind of come back, do it, and then they'll be off doing their other things again. I mean, I don't know about you guys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean I'm going to reckon the same thing we've been saying is, man, what a great time to have brought Iron Banner back, or or I mean,
Yeah.
just have something to entice people to play. I mean, Destiny is really at the point where it's, like we've been saying, sort of, it's at the point where there's either a reason to come back and play that week, or there isn't. Like, there's either a something up for the week to go play, or a challenge or an event, or there just isn't. And when there isn't, it's really like, what are we here to do? There's no climb. I'm not trying to get any number to go bigger. There's nothing, if you've been playing, there's nothing left for you to do that's new. So yeah, I mean, there's a billion things you could do that you haven't done yet, maybe, but like, what's the draw? I mean, again, my hope beyond hope is going, what would have been nice? Throw Gambit into the portal this week. Hey, here's something new you can play. Have an Iron Banner up this week. I mean, just give people an event around. Hey, go run with your fire team. Go have a good time with this. But there's just nothing going on. I mean, I didn't even realize I've played a little bit of Mayhem this week because I really enjoy Mayhem, and forgot it was up, and didn't even realize the fire team thing was up until Thursday evening, Friday morning. Like, just didn't even realize it was a thing.
Yeah. But do you think this Praxic Time Trial Challenge is Bungie's way of trying to get people, like, as an event kind of thing, to get people to play? Do you think this is their thing? Okay.
No.
No.
Because you'd have to have the number of people that have even been playing your game in the time the dungeon's been out for it to be a thing. You're trying to draw people back into the game, you need to look at something that's been out long enough from when you had a decent player base. If they'd have said, we've updated some of the old dungeons completely, not just a section, just like a complete old dungeon, and said, now we've updated it. What we're going to do is we're going to run an event on said old dungeon, but you've got to do it with the Praxic Blade. So if they'd have done, say what Peroty just said, I'll just go with the same dungeon. If they'd have redone Shattered Throne and brought it up to date, and then said, right, 20 minutes, go do Shattered Throne, there's enough people out there that have got positive memories of the Shattered Throne that would go like that. Oh, you know what? I actually like that dungeon, and they've brought it back up, which means that it's actually going to be useful to me, hopefully. So yeah, no, I'll go do that. That could be great fun.
Yeah, but Equilibrium also has had quite a positive reception.
Yeah, but it's had a reception from a quarter of the amount of players than what were around when Shattered Throne was released.
Yeah.
Equilibrium is a really fun dungeon, and I've enjoyed it the times I've run through it for sure. But yeah, I just wonder, like how many people have run that dungeon enough times to be familiar with it enough to get a 20-minute clear, or even to really try a 20-minute clear. And again, and maybe the number is much larger because some people, maybe if you're actually trying to get through it quickly, you can do better than I have. But yeah, it seems like these are all things we should have seen a while ago. Should have seen when Edge of Fate was dropping. Should have seen where, if, again, in Bungie's original plan of, we were going to reset your light and then have you make a climb again, that this would be part of that, that second, or, and with the timing of this, it's like, was it meant to be a little catch-up mechanic? Again, if they had reset the, power again, was it meant to be sort of a catch-up mechanic? Hey, the last 2 weeks before maybe our expansion drops, maybe not. Still haven't heard anything about it not dropping officially. Hey, the last 2 weeks before the next release comes out, here's something to sort of get you back engaged and build hype, and to get you back to 550 if you haven't made it back there. But then when all of that went away, it's, I just wonder, it's like, were these things on a schedule? I'm not gonna use the R word that we're all waiting for still. I'm not gonna use the, the thing we'd like to see that's like a schedule. But it's like, was this scheduled for this time, or is this something they said, well, let's put something in because this is an easy, this is an easy lever to change. Hey, we can put a thing in. Hey, if you do this with a Praxic blade equipped in 20 minutes, we can have the analytics team run a script to find all the people who did that successfully. Hey, here's a thing we can hand out. Which I saw someone say, hey, this emblem is like from 2019 from something else. Which again, I don't care when I don't care when emblems were made. Like, of course they've made emblems before and didn't use them for whatever they were going to, or whatever. Of course they have things quote laying around. Like, I'm not mad about, oh, this emblem isn't brand new. These aren't bespoke pixels, but yeah, it just the timing just feels weird of it all. It's sort of a, hey, here's a thing that we have in lieu of any information about whether we're going to get an expansion at the end of this. Because it runs, from the 17th to the March 3rd, which theoretically is Shadow and Order. Maybe?
Yeah.
I'd feel better if we just had some information about anything.
No, true.
I'm still on fence about that one. I don't. As it stands, I'm not. Yeah, I'm still not overly bothered about the lack of information that we're being provided with. I
don't care as much about the information as I just care about, do I have a reason to play this game? Because I haven't been playing much of anything. Like, it's not like I've been playing something else a lot. I just haven't really been playing much of anything as of late. I've had other stuff going on. But I do want to make time again. Like, if Iron Banner were up, or if I knew Mayhem was up earlier in the week, and knew and remembered, that's the other piece. Remembered these things were happening. I would be inclined to go play, or to say, hey guys, this is going to be up this week. I'd love to jump in and just, hang out and play some Mayhem, just something silly. Or if there's Iron Banner being up, that's a reason to get on and play.
Double in for me. Oh no, wait a minute. Never mind.
right. Yeah. Again, like if there's something there, I would like to take advantage of it. I'm very motivated by events. If it's just like, okay, you could get the same, what feels like, 10 weapons that you've been able to get for the last 3 months, that's not really enticing to me. That's not a reason for me to turn on the game. Like, there's not.
Yeah.
Sit
and chat with my wife there, or play the game mode that isn't all that enticing for some weapons that aren't that enticing.
Right. Yeah.
I've got my wife.
Yeah. It's just like there needs to be, it's more the activity than the reward. Like, I'll go play the same activity for the rewards if the activity is fun. But right now it's the same handful of events in the portal for the same weapons and armor that have been dropping since Renegades came out.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. I either have what I want, or I'm not interested in trying to get a slightly better version of one of those that may or may not be useful come March. Still don't know.
Yeah.
Again, like, that's that's really the only piece. I just want to know, like, is Iron Banner coming back ever? Like, if you're killing Iron Banner, just tell us. Just tell me it's dead so I can stop looking forward to it. If you're going to delay the expansion, we're 2 weeks out. Just tell us. Like, either tell us, hey, it's going to be delayed because of everything going on in Marathon, or it's not. Like, I'm not looking for a detailed, like, weekly breakdown of here's everything happening in the game and here's all the things you're going to get. I just want some big picture information. I'm not looking for details, just big picture. Yes or no, does this still exist? Did we kill Iron Banner like we killed Gambit because reasons? Just yes or no. Like, I'm assuming no, but every week that passes, it feels like yes.
Yeah. I do feel bad for Iron Banner, and I do feel bad for the PvP players. As much as I joke and I don't like PvP, it's just not. It doesn't look great for them, does it, at this point?
But do you think it is all still stemming on Marathon? Do you think it's because they are so focused? They're getting everyone to be focused on Marathon to get that out the door in the best possible state that it can be, so that then they can redirect their attention back to Destiny. Because I think I was listening to the Guardian Downcast this week, and they were talking about the video that Astrocross put out a couple of weeks ago, must have been, talking about somebody who was one of the developers or lead developers on the Vault of Glass coming back to Destiny 2 from Marathon to, work on Destiny again. And that's when everyone kind of, went out of their minds going, oh, it's Luke Smith. And then Astrocross had to make another video going, no, it's not Luke Smith, it's somebody else, kind of thing. But do you think that that's the whole reason why there's nothing at the moment? There's just like these odd little teeny weeny things that they can do, like, oh, we'll give you an emblem if you do this between this and this.
I mean, that 100% has to be a large part of it. I mean, because Bungie is a much smaller company. They're a much smaller team. They need Marathon to succeed. And having watched Concord come out and fall on its face, having watched Highguard now come out and appears to have fallen on its face. I mean, I know next to nothing about it, but I see that they've laid off most of the dev team. Now in 2 weeks after a game's release, like they're looking at these, I'm sure, and going, this cannot be Marathon. Marathon cannot be, after years and years of work and however many millions of dollars of investment, can't come out and be dead in less than a month. Like they need this to be a successful game launch. So yeah, like all the resources are focused on this and making, giving it the best chance it has to succeed. Building whatever hype they can have, making sure they've got nothing else going on. So when those servers go live, they've got people to work. If there are problems, that the team is ready and focused on this and only this. They're not working on this and Destiny. So yeah, I mean, it's 100%. Now when, I hope the launch goes smoothly. I hope it is a wonderful experience, as well as, every day one game launch is hard because you're trying to spin up for however many people, but I hope it goes well because they really need it to. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely clear people are working on the Marathon launch because again, that's when you make your money. The game is new, it's out. That's where the hype is. That's where the most players are going to be. That's where you make your money. So hopefully after it launches, we, get some information back on the Destiny side of the house. We'll see if we do, but that's, I'm just sort of looking at March and April going, okay, Marathon's either going to be out or it's going to be shut down. The way these new game launches are going, we'll see what happens.
It's weird, isn't it? Because there's been a couple of smaller developers that have released games recently that have done absolutely unbelievably well, and the bigger game developers have done shockingly bad recently.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you've put years and millions of dollars into this game. That's a big reward you need back out of it. It's, I think that's, we could talk all day about why some of these indie games are doing better, but yeah, you spend years and years and years building this thing, and it's meant to be this huge thing. And the world that you started building this game in, 5, 10, 7 years ago no longer exists. That market isn't there. Things have changed. And by the time your game comes out, if it's not, Fortnite levels of hype and excitement and, your company and your investors aren't going, well, this didn't make $1 trillion day one, trash it. Like there's no appetite for letting something grow. I mean, like look at, No Man's Sky that came out and just fell.
Well, that was destroyed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just felt like a flop. And then it had time to get better and improve. And now from, things that, again, I haven't played it either way, but, from where it was to where it appears to be, it's significantly better because it got time to be improved and fixed. And, it got time to become an excellent game. And a lot of, if you shut the game down and lay off your entire staff basically in 2 weeks, you don't have the time to make that game a game. It's just, oh, sorry, this wasn't a hit immediately. Shut it all down. And that's just insane.
Yeah, it's kind of gone the same way as like TV shows, isn't it? It's like if it doesn't do well out of the gate in the first couple of episodes, it's like, well, we're not renewing that.
Oh, totally. And I try not to watch a lot of season 1 TV shows until I know if they're going to have a season 2, which I know is just part of the problem.
Defeats the whole object.
But I'm sitting here going, I don't want to get invested in a show if you're going to run it for a season and then kill it. Like it's not worth my investment. So yeah. And yeah, same thing with these games. Like, I'm not going to throw down 40, 50, 60 bucks for a game, or even if it's free to play, I'm not going to pay in the, as I'm crinkling this plastic, I'm sure it's driving Nitedemon nuts. I'm not going to, play with my hard drive space and my time for a game necessarily that's just not going to be interesting. I don't know. It's we're just starting old man yelling at cloud right now. But
Well, no, I think it's kind of
I'd
what
really like to
what the
see
community that is here is still saying.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I need a reason to go log in and play. Like, I still enjoy the time, when I'm playing and when I'm playing with people, I'm having great fun. But in the menu of things you can sit down and do, turning on the Xbox and turning on the Xbox One and then 2 going to Destiny is falling down that list of things I want to do when I wake up in the morning. Whereas for the longest time, it was wake up in the morning, turn on the Xbox, hit Destiny, see what's going on. Like, there was always something there. There's always someone around. I was always after something, and I just am not really chasing anything. And there's nothing, FOMO-ish there to go, hey, this event is up this week. Go do it. That's not a challenge that I'm simply not going to undertake because I'm not esoteric. I'm not going to solo a dungeon. Sorry. Might I want to? Sure, but I'm not going to have the time to do that in a week.
I think my biggest problem with Destiny at the moment is its lack of player base. Everybody that I played the game with for the longest of times has gone.
Yeah.
Because everybody that I played the game with for the longest of times has, subsequently just got bored of the content, realistically. And it doesn't matter how many times they sugarcoat content, it's still they're putting out the same sort of activity every season.
Yeah.
A different skin. And then a lot of people have got bored with it.
No, I totally hear you.
And I think when we had, people complain about the older seasons of Destiny, like when we had Season of the Drifter and things like that, but at least everything was different. It was different content that we were getting to play. We didn't get the same thing twice or 3 times. And I think another thing that I discovered that I'm really bored of this is I decided to put what was said last week to test, and my God, is it ridiculous? But last week when Gator was on, he was complaining about the amount of idiots that you bump into while playing like the Renegades stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's not that bad. Don't lie to me. Surely it's not that bad. And I went in and I yeah, okay, fair enough. I am below power, but I went in and I tried it because, I haven't played for a while. So yeah, I am under power, but I've done a lot of things that are under power when I am successfully done them, like raid completions and everything else,
Yep.
And it's abysmal. And it's a miserable experience. And I was just like, wow, no wonder he was complaining. Yeah, this is shockingly bad. This is like game ruining.
All the times that I've kind of just played the Renegade stuff with or without people, like if I was invading or if I was on a team, it's like we've managed to get through it. It hasn't been that bad.
And yeah, no, I can't say I had that while sampling it. I mean, earlier on, I was trying to do a fire team.
Yeah.
Like just a little fire team mission sort of thing. And I couldn't even complete that because the 2 people that I were with just ate up all the lives. And then before I could complete it, I ran out of time. And I was just like, right, well, that's super. Thanks. Really glad that you sat there and you ate up all those lives. That was really helpful.
Yeah, and then your timer runs out, and you're like, oh, I had 8 or 9. We've earned these 8 or 9 lives. We have plenty of revives. Oh, your timer expires. Oh, we're gonna take your lives away. It didn't even do that.
It just kicks you. It's like, yeah, no, your time's up. That's it. You're done. I was in there for 35 minutes, and then it just went, time's up. See you later. I didn't even die. There was me left. I was still alive, and it just went, no, you're finished.
Yeah, you have to be careful, don't you, of what challenges that you're doing. I found that quite a few times of doing stuff solo.
I will never look at. I've never looked at what the challenges are.
Especially if it's something that I can actually work on in like the portal activities. I will look at it and go, right, okay, I need to like sort this out so that if the time does run out, then it doesn't kind of affect me going forward. So for example, this week I thought, because I'm constantly in the Whisper mission, just getting all those kind of challenges done so that I can level up my little reward pass for the week. I thought I might as well kind of finish doing my Whisper of the Worm quest, because I haven't got any of the, well, I think I got one of the catalysts. I hadn't got the other two catalysts. And I thought, well, I'll go and do that as I'm kind of trundling through to get to the little thrall area. So I went and backtracked, watched a video and did all the things to kind of unlock that, and ended up with a copy of the ship that I'd got from the first time that it kind of came out. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You get that from shooting the Oracle things.
Yeah,
and I got
the wings.
Yeah, but this new one's called something else. Or I say it's new, it's the refreshed one. Because they did the same one with the 0 hour ship as well. So you can have the 0 hour ship from when it first kind of came out, and then you can have the reprise ship that is called something different, but they look the same. Anyway, so I was doing the Whisper stuff, and when I got to the end and it said, oh, destroy the little blights, and then you have to go back through, and you can either play on the director and do the Whisper mission on the director on the expert version. But the expert version said, if you don't complete this within the time, you get kicked to orbit. And I was like, I know that even if it's on expert and it's on the old system, if I don't get through and the time runs out, I'm just going to be kicking myself. So it said you can either do that via doing the world portal, or you can do it through the actual portal, and you have to get an A star, or I think not an A star rating, just an A rating. And I was like, okay, let's have a look at that, because that seems a little bit more doable, even though I'm kind of, anything in the portal is now kind of the ultimate difficulty. So I went through and I selected all my kind of different modifiers and things and made sure that the time thing was off. So even if I got to the end and I run out of all the lives that I'd kind of built up from killing the champions, if I had my Praxic blade on and I didn't die, then at least I could get through it. And I did. It was really good. I think it took me about 40 minutes, even though it gave me like a 30-minute or 25-minute time limit to get through to start off with. And I managed to get through, and I did it on the A rating. And the funny thing from that was that it gave me an achievement or a challenge. I completed a challenge that said complete the Whisper mission solo flawless. Did that, but the achievement or the challenge above that just says complete the Whisper mission without dying. And I'm like, but
how did I do one without the other?
I've just done that one. Well, why is that one not kind of completed as well? It's like, surely that's a twofer, because I've done that.
Yeah, surely if I've done one, I've also done the other. But
But yeah, it's little things like that, like looking through like the portal and going, right, I can do this, but if I take the time limit off, if I get through, I can still get an A rating. It's just like, it won't give me any bonus stuff for going through and doing it. So I managed to kind of get the A rating and unlock all the catalysts, which was quite cool. So I've done that. But I hate the time stuff. I really do hate the time stuff. So if it kicks you to orbit, it gets really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean timer stuff is great if you can sit and just devote a large amount of time uninterrupted to this game. Yeah. Which 10 years ago was a thing I could do, and is much less true today. And that's part of why the time stuff bothers me. It's like, we have a time challenge. Great. Good for you. If I can't cheese it, I'm really not interested, because I don't know if I've got the time to sit down and do this for, 20 minutes is that's more of a skill issue, self-admittedly, than a time issue. But yeah, like the time stuff, it's like, let me get through. Like take my rewards away, give me lesser gear. Fine. Like I'm perfectly happy to get a lesser gear for completing the thing, not as quickly, not as well, versus going, oh, you've gotten nothing. Your reward for spending an hour playing this game is absolutely nothing. Good job. You could have sat and stared at the wall for an hour. You would have done just as much. Like that's what really gets me. It's so frustrating to be like, oh, you got nothing. Congratulations. Great work.
I don't know. You shouldn't be guaranteed to get something for playing their game each and every time, but it's just
not at all. Yeah, no, and again, I'm not saying give me a tier 5. As hey, if I did it but I sucked, give me a tier 1. Give me a tier 1 weapon. Give me 1 tier 1 drop versus 6 tier 5 drops for doing an A double plus super good rating. Like, give me a crap version of what I could have. That is inspiring me to go and do this again, versus you got nothing out of this. If you do it again, you could continue to get nothing out of this. that kills my motivation to go back in there. Whereas if I have something, at least I say, oh, I have something. I like this something. I would like it to be better. I'm still running around with my, tier 3 forced memorializer scout rifle that I really like the roll on because I just didn't get a chance to play the Pinnacle stuff when that was available. I would love to have a better version. That is something that's enticing to me. But if it was just like, oh, you have to go do this dungeon or raid or whatever, and you just get nothing out of it time and time again, it's either 100, all or nothing. That does not inspire me to come back and take more runs at it. That says I'll go do something else where I'm at least getting something for my effort. Even if it's not, the best something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because nothing sucks.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. When you get nothing as well, it just feels like a kick in.
Yeah, it's just like again. There's so many different things I could go play if I wanted to be rewarded with nothing. I could go play an extraction shooter and lose all my things trying to extract them, and I get nothing for all of my hard work. But at least it felt like that was the point.
I could recommend an extraction shooter to you that I've got quite a few hours logged into at the moment.
Or if you want nothing, here you go. But
you want nothing, join one of my lobbies. You'll soon leave with nothing. I do.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently.
But you did get some free stuff this week. So Bungie are kind of trying to make it up to everybody by giving you some free stuff. How do you feel about your free stuff?
What did I get for free?
Well, if you go to the Eververse store this week up until the 16th, I believe, you can get a free bundle of Valentine stuff.
Oh, right. The one where, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I saw it.
I can't remember the name of the bundle because I've already picked it up.
Hello, lovely.
That's it. Hello, lovely. Hello.
Yes.
Are you meant to say, hello, lovely?
No, because I'm from Yorkshire, so we just say, hey, up, love, you all right?
Yeah, okay. That's what they should have called that bundle. They really should. Hey, up, love, you're right. That would have been a cool bundle.
Hello, lovely bundle. To receive your Love-Struck weapon ornament for your Sunshot hand cannon, the Armor Dance, Amor Dance, because I can read words.
Yeah.
And 2 shaders, the Crimson Passion and Crimson Valor, which you may or may not have had from Crimson Doubles 1,000 years ago, or may not. But if you didn't, now you have all those lovely things that we, again, you used to have in an event, Bungie, that you could have put on, around this time for 2 people. Wouldn't even need a full fire team, just 2 people that you could have played during this time of year. And I'm not saying don't give people the reward, but hey, give here's the pack, and now that you have the beautiful pack and you can outfit yourself, hey, put a little bonus, hey, pick up the pack, go play Crimson Doubles, and get a and that could be your double fire team bonus or your hello lovely fire team, but something we're not looking for the world shattering changes here, guys. Just a little bit of a little bit of synergy, a little bit of something.
I mean, they could have realistically put a reward track on for the weekend of Valentine's Day, a short one. You know what I mean? Just like 5-6 different things, and they could have thrown that at the end of a reward track.
Yeah,
and people would have still played it because they were like, "Oh yeah, but free stuff."
Yeah, could have put that up and said, "Hey, go do your time trial, go play your Crimson Doubles. Here's something for PvE, something for PvP. Go play it for the next 2 weeks, and you could get these rewards. Yeah, scatter them throughout the track. Give you one thing at tier 2, level 2, and then more as you progress. Just the gifts are cool, but again, like I wonder how many people are missing these because they're not even getting to the point of turning the game on and going to look.
Yeah.
And just to see what's there. I mean, there's if you're not in a Discord where someone's going, hey, here's the thing that's up this week, or you're not watching media specifically going, hey, here's the rotation, here's what's in Eververse. There's no way to find out. There's no way to, even when you turn the game on, sometimes it's just like, I don't know what's there. There's no real prompt to say, go look at Eververse, which I don't always do.
There was a prompt for that one. I will leave it that. It told me to turn the game on. I did look.
Oh, that's
and think,
good.
oh yeah, no, that's good. I'll pick that up. I love that. I had everything other than the skin for Sunshot. I had everything else.
Yeah, I feel that was like an ornament that was specifically for something that, like a charity thing that they did, because I didn't have that either. But I had everything else.
Yeah.
And I vaguely remembered it. I could be wrong that it wasn't anything to do with the charity, but that's what I thought it was for when I saw it. I was like, I'm sure I've seen that as the charity thing, but hey ho.
Maybe you just
I thought it looked
Crimson Doubles
familiar,
that
but
long.
I didn't know what it looked familiar from.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point it out where where it was, so that like the useful piece of information got put in the podcast. Like, here's where it is.
Yeah.
Although it'll be gone nearly by the time the podcast comes out. But
Yeah.
still.
That's the only problem, isn't it? Trying to let people know, and then it's like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be available for a couple of weeks. It's only up until the 16th. You're like, okay, that would have been handy to know last week.
Week before.
Maybe log in next week and check your Eververse. There may be a nice little Valentine's bundle for you. No, not gonna tell us that. No.
Nope. But yeah, but if you did log in and get it, you can add it to your collection of things. Yeah, I picked it up, of course, dutifully. I have no idea what I had from before and what I didn't. I'm like, I'm sure the Crimson shaders I probably had, but I was like, I'm adding to the collection because if you're gonna give it to me, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it if it's free.
Of course. And speaking of free, you can get a free dashboard thing for your Twitch from GetWrecked. It's a fully customizable overlay that you can use in your streams to create and complete Renegades challenges live. So this is available if you're streaming on Twitch. Simply head over to the dashboard here and sign in with your Twitch account. You can use the pre-existing challenges or come up with your own challenge to complete on your stream. So you've got something else you can add to your stream if you're streaming.
And if none of those words make any sense, they do have a full list of go here for instructions on how to use this, how to set it up, what this even is. So yeah. None of those words made sense. Here's a tutorial on how to use them.
Speaking of streaming, I did a stream yesterday and I used the free stuff that they gave us last time for the Renegades transitions. So it comes up with, you're streaming Destiny 2 Renegades and it has a waiting page, streaming soon, be right back, intermission, and then stream finish kind of thing. So I've played around with that for a couple of minutes, got it working, and then did a stream for a little bit. And I'm not going to say that Bungie saw me coming with my stream because I was playing the stream and I was doing some of the Renegade stuff, getting through with my Hunter, and an exotic box dropped for one of those things that you can dunk at the end when you complete the mission. I was like, oh, cool, an exotic. What's that going to give me? You know what it gave me? Absolutely nothing, because halfway through the actual thing, the game decided to kick me straight back to the dashboard, and that was it. The stream was over, and I don't know what happened, and started it back up, and obviously I didn't get to keep my exotic box. So I was very upset because it just gave me rare boxes when I came back and redid the mission.
Congratulations. You had a present, and now we've taken it from you.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
We've got some new player guide stuff, enemies and allies. So I feel that's a bit too late. Surely that should have been your opener, Bungie. We really do need to know who the enemies are before we kind of pick up the game, kind of thing.
No,
maybe who are the allies?
They're all the things in front of you. Just hey, and they have the hierarchy, the rank and file, the elite. At least they again put somewhere where you can look at these words and say, what do these words mean? What am I meant to do with this?
Yeah.
I mean, again, happy this is finally getting some attention. It's just insane to me that it hasn't up till now. And also, again, I'm happy they exist, but could we not put some images in here? The Cabal, the Vex, the Hive. Like we couldn't put a single image in here. For the Hive, it literally says predominantly found on the moon, but also scattered across other locations like Mars. This undead ancient species aligns itself against light. That's it. That's all I need to know about the Hive.
Okay.
Like one sentence. I mean, the other ones are 2 or 3 sentences. It's not like they've written loads and loads about the rest of the enemies. But again, happy this is happening, I guess. But I also just want to know, like, who is this for? Who is this helping? Like, is it
a little bit disappointing that for the write up for Hive they didn't start it off with, well, you awoke them,
right? Like anything. I mean,
it was your fault,
yeah.
Right? like this iconic moment in this game series that we're going to give one sentence to. They live on the moon. You know, that's just where they are. They hang on the moon. They don't really care for the light. Nothing else. Nothing else about, you know, sword logic or anything. No, just, you know, why would you need to do any of that?
One of the predominantly biggest bosses
basics
and enemies that we've had realistically amongst the game as well. You know, like in my opinion, definitely one of the biggest enemies we've faced. You know, between
nothing you need to concern yourself with here.
Was he not overshadowed by the witness though?
I see. No, I don't actually ever think that they've managed to overshadow the Hive.
No, like in size comparison. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, but who cares about that?
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't know. The witness is not covered. I wouldn't know who the witness is yet.
You've done but you've done the witness. You've completed that on the Grandmaster version to get your Ergo Sum Catalyst.
I have, yes, but the new player guide doesn't cover the witness. I don't know who that is. If I'm reading the guide, yeah, I'm happy again. I'm happy they are putting any resources at all in a new player, but like it just does. Again, like I feel like I'm just a broken record. If this is the first version of this, that's great. If you're going to use this to say, you know, hey, let's at least get something out there about all of these, so then we can go back and, you know, add images, maybe some you know, references over the last decade of this game series of, you know, who they are, iconic moments, you know, bosses, rate, you know, if you're going to build on that, that's wonderful. But it really just feels like, hey, we wrote this. Here's something because nothing existed before, and something is better than nothing. I will give you that credit, but just like everything else, I just wish that there was going to be, like, you know, the next part of it, the next step. Like, you know, okay, we're gonna have a bare bones guide, then we're gonna improve it some to give you a little more context, a little more information. Again, I don't really know who this is for, or if they're, you know, if you're pointed to it at all. Like, you know, I'm going to guess if you just got this game for free and you turn it on, they're not like, hey, go check out the new player guide. It covers some of the basics. Like, I feel like you're going to have to dig for it. It's just not something you're going to stumble across.
Yeah, I think that's something that we kind of forget, isn't it, quite a lot, is that it is a free-to-play game.
Yeah, I mean, you can just stumble
in some
into
cases,
this,
yeah.
Here we are. Like, I don't even see it listed. Like, if I go to Bungie Help, which again is, I'm not sure that's where the first place I would go if I'm a new player looking for help. Like, there's not a big link for the new player guide. Like, hey, you're a new player, start here. There's just, I mean, it exists, good, but I just, you know, I just wish there was more, or wish we could confidently say there's going to be more. Like cats, there should be more cats.
It would be nice to think that there's going to be more, but
oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, invade the podcast, and you're so sorry.
No, I opened Discord and I sent Peroty a screenshot of this saying, I don't think you guys are talking about enough cats. And I was going to click on, I hate to say this, the Marathon Discord, and I accidentally clicked on the podcast channel. I'll go away now.
We are Marathon. We are currently, see, we are not Marathon, but we are running the marathon. This is not a sprint, friends. It is a marathon. See, that's why you ended up here.
Yeah.
More cats. We need more cats. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Let's go.
Okay, bye.
All good.
Bye. Well, there's a man that's definitely not playing any Trials of Osiris today, then. Because if you would be, you'd be looking for the Conundrum Hand Cannon on... what map are we on today? It says you are on that map. Doesn't say, does it? Does it say you're on a map? Meltdown. Yeah, I was looking for the name in the TWAB. It seems a real shame, though, to have this in the TWAB each week, whereas they used to tell us beforehand, and people would get hyped. It'd be nice to see, like, a week before, Bungie, tell us more stuff in advance. Maybe... I'm not going to say it. No, we're not going to get on there.
Yeah, no. Just if I'm looking for a particular weapon or I like a particular map, it would be nice to know it's coming so I can make plans on the weekend to go enjoy it. That's all. That's, like, you know, again, that's, and that really is just like, you know, again, we've beaten this horse to death over and over again. Sorry, Star Horse.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not that we need to know everything you're doing, Bungie, because we feel entitled to know everything. Some of it is just we are old men with families and need to figure out time to play your game. And if I'd like to sit down, maybe without juggling children or juggling fewer children and play your game for maybe a larger amount of time with friends, I would like to know what weekend I need to do that. If I'm looking for the hand cannon, I need to know when the hand cannon is available so I can sit down and work on getting a hand cannon or multiple rolls of the hand cannon even.
I mean, I know that you do get a chance at getting the weapons, even if they aren't the featured one or even the armor for that week. It's just like, if it is the featured one for that week, it would just be nice to know ahead of time.
Yeah, if I'm good enough to actually try to get to the lighthouse, I would like to go, presumably, on a weekend where the weapon I really want is up.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Back in the good old days where people would, stream trials runs and be excited for trials and, play it when it's available. Because, here's the thing I'm looking for. It's just, if I don't know something's happening until the day of, we'll go, well, this weekend I've got to run, and I'm not even in the, including myself in the, I must take my kids here and take my kids there and do this and do that. But so many other people do. And they're like, I'm at this thing all weekend, or I won't have a chance to get on play until, late Sunday night. And then at that point, it's like, well, why bother? I'll just, pick it up next time, maybe. Like, just you want us to play your live service game. We have lives. We need to work around. It would just be nice to know what was coming so we can work around them and enjoy them. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. That's basically, that's why we want your information. So we can, enjoy and play more.
Exactly. And to make that even better, those horrible people in trials that have those nasty names, they're going to be adjusted next week, because as Bungie continue to make sure all names to all Guardians in Destiny 2 are appropriate and function in-game, they have continued to update and maintain their naming requirements throughout the game's life. So with the new update character requirements that they're introducing next week, they've removed some characters people were using in Bungie names to cause mischief. So no more mischief for you, Noble. You're just Noble. That's it. No winning Nobles.
I am just Noble.
Yeah. And to coincide with the new rules, which may flag some players' names as needed to be changed, all players, that's all of us, will be getting a free name change voucher to adjust their name as needed. This free voucher will not invalidate previous vouchers you already have in your account, but will instead stack. So you can change your name multiple times if you already have lots of vouchers. The rules should take effect, and the name change vouchers should be added to your account. Should be added to your account around the same time on February 17th, 2026.
We hope it will be there.
They will be, should be.
We are fairly confident we've remembered to make that change and instructed someone to push it live on that day. Yes.
Exactly. Oh dear. That's that.
Yeah, that's that. And now we have a report about things, issues which are known to someone. Players purchasing the Light and Dark Saga Dungeon Key Pack with a full quest of consumable inventories may not receive the access to the dungeons. Players affected by this issue should reach out via the missing purchase contact form while we work to resolve the underlying issue. I feel like they linked that last week and didn't link it this week, but if you're affected, hopefully you found the form and are reaching out to them. The Wolfsbane Light Attack are displaying the visual effects of Void instead of Solar. So you have a grape flavored Wolfsbane now. That's just it wants to be grape flavored. We're not here to ask questions. It's just what it wants to do. Shooting a kinetic bow through the hierarchy of needs guidance ring can cause enemies not to disintegrate properly. And improper disintegrations, I think, is what happens when your transporter malfunctions. And that's just not something you want to have to deal with. It's no good. Lumina's Blessing of the Sky debuff. Blessing of the Sky buff overrides the Radiant buff for hunters using Golden Gun, causing Golden Gun not to receive bonus damage. Aww. You can only Golden Gun, but so good. Some users may run into crashes upon startup when the Modern Mida Multi-Tool Weapon ornament is applied. I thought they fixed that, or maybe that's why it's just some players now versus every player. Flipping through the pages of the Expansions tab can cause a visual issue where some tabs display silver prices over slots that hold items that cannot be bought for silver. So your mileage may vary and you're looking at expansions. We've identified issues where the Renegade campaign activities and Lawless Frontier jobs default to normal difficulty. Players can set the difficulty to expert when launching into these activities if they would like to earn greater rewards. Completing jobs on either difficulty will not impact your legendary campaign progress. Advanced difficulty portal activities cannot be launched with the avant-garde mode modifier active. Interesting. The description for the Weaver's Call aspect does not mention that its threadlings generate ability energy. So we're telling you now, if you're running Weaver's Call, hey, you get threadlings and ability energy from them. When some exotic armors are equipped, it is on increasing the new gear damage resistance stat when previewing the artifact. This is a display-only issue. The exotics are applying the damage resistance, but just not increasing the counter. So get out your spreadsheets, you have to do the math yourself. The description for Vanguard Alert challenges weekly objectives incorrectly reference the general activity challenges in its description. The objective can be progressed with the Vanguard Alert activity challenges or the Grandmaster Vanguard Alerts. I feel like that's one they just put in the TWAB and pull it out again periodically, because that's also been there since they launched, I feel like. Players experiencing issues meditating at Ikora to unlock additional subclass options should check if they have acquired the exotic subclass quests and try abandoning those. Again, we're aware of an issue of those who have purchased the Powder Blue Porcelain Pack in Eververse receive the Delicate Shell from the Eververse track instead of the intended Painted Elytra Shell. Players who purchase the pack will receive the missing items after the dawning ends. Exact date TBD. Still don't know. Players who inadvertently purchase it twice will be refunded as well. So that's the selection they've put in the 12 this week. As always, they have their known issues and vital information article with even more things that have gone wrong. So if your favorite thing is not there, you can go to that article and get more details. But that's all they want to tell us about this week. And then we have Shax as a plant Shax. A little planter with Shax's helmet in it.
Very cool.
Dedicating a trinket to a treasured friend and treasured memory. And then double the excellence, double the grants. We have hour 1 and hour 99. Oh, this is CBG Gray's getting every exotic in Destiny 1 in one stream. So that comes in at a very non-deacon approved at 8 hours and 27 minutes and change. So if you want something to put on for your entire workday and maybe part of your commute, there you go. He's got you covered. And then there's an over-edited trials match, and that's it. We hope you have a great Valentine's Day with a partner or friends or family. And pro tip, some discounted candy goes out right after the holiday is over. But they have nothing for us besides that. And go buy candy the day after, because then it's all cheap and then it disappears very quickly. And then you can continue to be fat and happy.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our 12 for the week. We did have an update 9.5.5.2. We got on February the 10th that gave us some things that they fixed.
Ooh.
Hey, remember when you couldn't go past round 10 in Onslaught because there simply wasn't a portal to get back from the boss room? Hey, now there's a portal there after round 10 in the boss room, so you can come back and continue to Onslaught things. They also fixed an issue where the Conductor's Keep conquest was unable to be completed. Don't know if that's portal related or not, or if it just didn't really feel like being an activity, but yeah, you just couldn't complete it at some. But now you can. Vespers Host, they restored the intended base cooldown for the suppressor augment in the Vespers Host dungeon. In the Desert Perpetual Epic, they fixed an issue where completing the Death Defiant 2 Triumph did not grant players the immediate Flourish shader. And players who have already claimed the Triumph will have the shader automatically unlocked in their collection. So if you've already done it, you don't have to do anything else. It'll just be given to you because you've earned it. In gameplay and investment, the Demos Fusion Warlock helmet, they fixed the issue where the helmet would cause the player to flinch and sway their weapon as if they were taking damage. Where healing from it would cause you to flinch. So healing was flinching people. So now the healing is no longer flinching you. Weapon crafting, they updated the crafting for the Dead Man's Tail. So players who have obtained the pattern can shape and reshape the weapon regardless of expansion ownership status. And finally, they fixed issues where various in-game text was no longer available after the last update, 9551, and an issue where the Valkyrie's Descent hood shadow cast whether or not the hood was applied. You're in the darkness whether you have the hood on or not. And the Black Peregrine ship fins were detached from its wings, so they have reattached the wings of the ship. Or the fins to the wings of the ship. So that's probably good as far as ships and wings go. So yeah, that's what they fixed this week. And will they have more fixes next week? Who knows? Tune in to find out. Because I don't know. You don't know. Somebody knows, I assume. Yeah, and that's what they've decided to tell us this week. Is there any? There's no news anywhere else.
Well,
the news is basically Marathon is coming and there's a playtest, and
I was going to say that. So if you
it.
want to try it out, apparently it's February 26th, March 2nd.
Yeah, like the week before. It's like, if you were going to do this, wouldn't you want to put it out a little further, maybe? So, I don't know.
Apparently
I'm not a game developer. I don't know how any of this works.
No.
But that thing is happening, and that's a whole thing. Do you have any videos this week? I would say either of you, but that's foolish.
I do have a couple of videos this week, and I forgot to put it in last week because we were so kind of rammed last week with guests and things. But I listened to the PvE podcast, the Players versus Enemies, because they went over all the weapons that we got from the Dawning and the latest Arms Week and their recommendations. So I will put their podcast in because that was really cool to listen to a couple of weeks back. So if you've still got some of those weapons and you're still undecided about which roles that you want to kind of keep, they've got a good kind of selection to listen about. But I do have some videos this week. So my videos this week are the most busted builds in Renegades, and this is from Mute. So this is somebody new that I found. He's got one for the Hunter, one for the Warlock, and one for the Titan. You may have already seen them before, but it's good to kind of give somebody that isn't a mainstay YouTuber a shout out, and hopefully their videos gain some traction and they get lots of views. And the other one is for the Polaris Titan from I Bet On Me, the only Polaris Lance Destiny 2 Solar Titan you'll need. So I might try that one out. I might, because I'm still attached to my Praxic blade, but
so you what?
No. I may do.
Who are you lying to?
No. I'm lying to myself. Mm-hmm. I know, but I might try it. It'd be one of those ones that I kind of save and I go back to when they've kind of say that we're doing solar stuff, and I'll use it for kind of just doing the solar stuff at the time. But so yeah,
it's an option available to you if you're interested.
Yes,
and I think that brings us to the end where we say we thank you for joining us. Bernard Collins, who wanted to be threatened with a good time and also promote more cats, joined us very briefly because buttons are important to press. He can't be threatened with a good time. Noble, who, has just showered grenades upon us, and now he's stuck here. Remember, we're not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with us. Along with Golden God 1562, the man coming from Texas and Farrell, we appreciate all of our lovely patrons who went to patreon.com/TTAH and said, you guys are here. You continue to be here. And, we appreciate the staying power. So yeah, we're going to be here each and every week up until the end, wherever that becomes. But until next week, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon. Your Warlock is Noble. Find the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're everywhere. Just search Two Titans and a Hunter. Email the show twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Really, at this point, if you're not on YouTube for every episode of the Eververse Goods 801, what's coming up next week, place your bets. This in fact show itself also appears there. Go there, hit the subscribe button, because you should. All the good things are there. All the show notes should be in your podcast player, but if they aren't for some reason, twotitansandahunter.com, all the show notes, all the links we talk about, all the people, places, and things we point you to, it's all right there. If you say, hey, we appreciate you being just stubborn enough to continue to cover this game, you can go to patreon.com/TTH and hang out in our super secret Discord and, chat with us, chat with each other, and just chat about how you are also still here until the end of time. If you want a more casual encounter, buy that nice man of coffee at coffee.com/twotitansandahunter. That's ko-fi.com. And like I keep telling you, twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter. You never know when it's going to happen. So you better go over there, hit the bell, and subscribe, because then you'll be ready.
It happens.
Just like we'll be ready next week with whatever is going to happen. And we'll see what that is next week. Until next week, gents, tell the people goodbye, hello, give your heartfelt thanks to them, whatever you feel like doing.
No, I'm sick of giving heartfelt thanks to people.
Oh, okay. But that's how you treat your YouTube fan club.
Yep. You got every now and again you've got to treat them mean. It keeps them keen, David. Come on.
Well, I'm going to say thank you. So there.
So you keep them.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
But no. Thank you very much, everybody.
No, it's too late. I've stopped the recording.
No, you haven't. Stop lying to me. I can see.
Well,
You can edit me out,
Nobody,
but it's
no,
you
yeah,
can edit
nobody
me out,
knows that you said it.
but
Now.
it's
Nobody
there.
knows you said it.
I know I said it.
Nobody knows that you said it now. That's it.
He's mentally stopped the recording. He's like, I'm not going to acknowledge anything past this point.
Yeah, can't make me. Either.
Mental recording has ended.